Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for another episode of Is It Worth My Time? And this time I'm doing HBO Max, the streaming service. That's right, the streaming service HBO Max. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, sorry, I almost didn't make it there. I was readjusting some stuff, as you can see behind me. So yeah, there's a few new items here and there. But yeah, I'll give you some chance to take a look around and all that stuff. But let me, while you're doing that, let me take care of some business first. If you like what you see, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, at the very end of this video, you're going to see a video pop up here. And basically, what YouTube does, it takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos in my vast video library just for you. Up here is going to be Stargirl, is what's going to be up there. If you want to be on live again next, you get the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule that's up there. Change that every week. And I also post that schedule on my Facebook page. There's a Facebook group page as well, which you guys can post stuff on and chat amongst yourselves. Yeah, I know. It's just me and you, Philip. and Yeah. And oh, also on Suspended Animation is all the links to my social media. So I've got Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon. There we go. I had to lower the monitor a little bit too because it was just way too high. I've got a different table in here. So this table isn't ideal for what I was doing. And so, yeah, it was just a little bit off, is what was happening there. I'm trying to see where I'm at on this, on the end of things here. Whoa, there we go. That works. So let's get to it, shall we? HBO Max, new streaming service just came out on the 25th of last month. So I primarily watch my stuff, my streaming stuff through Fire TV is what I watch mine. Is it worth my time being on time? Not really, Apple Crow. It really isn't. So I usually watch my stuff on Apple, excuse me, not Apple TV, not Apple TV at all. Amazon Fire is what I watch it on. So I actually just got an Amazon Fire Cube, is what I end up getting. So I had enough points and stuff like that. I could get it for free. It was kind of nice and good stuff. I mean, it's 4K streaming. It's got every single app under the sun, every single app that counts anyway. So what does HBO Max do? But they said, you know what? The two biggest platforms that people stream off of are Roku and Fire TV. Those are the two that people actually use the most. They said, you know, we're not going to support either one, or we're not going to go out of our way to make that offering available for anybody. But we'll put it on PlayStation 4 and we'll put it on Android boxes, Android set-top boxes. Okay, that's great. Does PlayStation actually do 4K, PlayStation 4? Not that I remember. So yeah. So and also I don't have an Android box top. I'm not going to go out and buy an Android set top box. It's not worth it to me, quite honestly, especially since I already have everything else that's streaming. So I watch this thing through my PlayStation 4, my PS4. Does the PS4 Pro do 4K? I don't think it does. Apple Crow. Yeah. So yeah, we don't have 4K going through the PS4. I watched my stuff through that, or I watched HBO Max through that, and surprisingly, very little on there. If you already subscribe to HBO, through either HBO Go, HBO Now or HBO Go, through a cable service or something like that, you're already getting this stuff already as it is. You don't need to subscribe again or anything like that. Um, so on top of your, it's basically all your HBO stuff you've been getting anyway. Plus, it's supposed to have a little extra stuff. It's supposed to have like all the Warner Brothers library of films. I haven't seen that as of yet. They've got a smattering of stuff. Actually, DC Universe has more of their Warner Brothers catalog than HBO Max does at the moment. They have some new TV series that are based, just for HBO Max. And the only one that's actually worth any salt at the moment is the new Looney Tunes cartoons, and even those aren't that great. I was just reading today that the most watched thing on HBO Max is the Looney Tune cartoons. That's the highest rated thing right now because everything else kind of sucks on it. And again, this is AT&T bought out HBO, Warner Brothers, all that stuff. They bought it all out for an obscene amount of money. It's a couple of, I think it was like $35 billion or something like that. It was something really, really stupid. Um, and then of course they didn't put any content into it. This is kind of what they were doing with DirecTV Now, how they killed that off, and then also what they're doing with AT&T Now, which is the spinoff of DirecTV Now. They essentially are. I think they're just trying to tell their customers to fuck off, is what they're doing because they don't invest in their content at all. They don't invest in their infrastructure either. So it's really kind of you sit there and watch this thing and you're like, you have the potential of being great, and yet you're not trying. Yeah. Apple Crow says sounds like they just misprinted all of the labels and it was just supposed to be HBO plus Mac and Me. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's no that's the other thing too. Cinemax was supposed to be part of this deal as well for HBO Max. There's no Cinemax stuff on there because I wanted to see Banshee, the old series Banshee from Cinemax. I wanted to rewatch that. That's not there. I wanted to rewatch the first season of Warrior, which is based on Bruce Lee's Kung Fu, the original Kung Fu idea. That's not there either. I'm talking about stuff that's actually worth watching, and it's not there. There's no content to it. As a matter of fact, I think there's more content on the HBO Now app than there is on HBO Max. I actually go back to my Fire TV and start looking through my HBO Now, and I watch stuff there because it streams in 4K. Yeah. So is it worth your time? No, it's not. If you haven't subscribed to it, don't bother. The one thing that I'm kind of pissed off about this too is it seems like DC Universe is most likely going to get shafted in all of this deal and get absorbed into this HBO Max because again they don't have content. Um, Also, the Snyder Cut thing, of Justice League is a direct result of not having enough content, and they can't shoot new content because of the restrictions of COVID-19 that are going on. Yes, movie studios are opening up again next week, I believe is what it is, in California. That's what they're doing right now. And they're going to start shooting again and things like that. But they decided to throw 20 to $30 million at Snyder, who had a lot of stuff done for his version of Justice League so they could get the special effects done and get a new movie out, if you will. And to plug the holes in their crappy programming that they have. That's really what it's there for. So 20 to $30 million is still cheaper than a TV series. It really is for an entire season of TV. Uh, and it also shuts up all the fanboys who keep talking about it all the time, like release the Snyder cut, release the Snyder cut, release the Snyder cut. And it's like, you know what? Throw that kind of money at a good movie. Do a sequel to Dread. Really, just do a sequel to Dread. Do something good for a change. But no. So yeah, it really is not worth your time. It's a really shitty, and also the navigation on it. The navigation is fucking horrible too. I mean, HBO Now sucks as it is for the navigation. But it's kind of like they took the HBO Now app and decided, how can we make this even fucking worse? I know. And so they decided to put it into categories. So it's kind of like the worst of Netflix and the worst of HBO Now, and they melded it together. And that's the baby that came out was HBO Max. Like I said, horrible fucking interface. You pretty much just should search for things is what you should do at that point. Just use the search engine and see what you can find. Because obviously scrolling through it, you're not going to find shit. So There you have it. Really, really shitty launch to something that could have actually been good. And I was ready to eat my words on HBO Max, but no, that was it's a shitty, shitty programming schedule and app all the way around. So there you have it. Philip Academic says, "Have you tried interface on both PC and phone?" I haven't. I haven't tried that as of yet. And yeah, I just honestly I was so disappointed by what I saw on the on the PS4 that I kind of gave up right after that. And also when I saw there wasn't anything available, and quite honestly, I don't want to have to hook up my PC to my TV to watch programming at that point. And same thing, I don't want to watch my fucking phone to watch a movie or a TV show. That's not what my phone is for me. I know a lot of people like watching shows on their on their phone. I can't do it. I actually have a great sound system and a great TV and all that kind of stuff, and I want to watch it out there. I don't want to have to go with extra hardware and stuff like that. Make it easy. That's all I'm going to say. Make your shit easy to work with. You do that and people will actually sign up. Look at Disney Plus. That's all I'm going to say. Disney Plus did it right. I mean, they keep adding stuff to their content too. I don't know how they're doing it, but they're doing it. And there's always something to find on there. I mean, always something to find. I go through there, I kind of scroll through. I'm like, oh, that's kind of interesting. I haven't seen that before. And I play something on there. I'm not watching it religiously all the time, but I'm looking at it at least once a week, Disney Plus, at least. DC Universe, I watch probably more than anything else just because there's comics on there and I can actually read through old comics that I haven't seen before and or read before. And I'm really hoping that's not going to be the case that this goes away. DC Daily, the show they had on DC Universe, just got canceled, which had a zero shoestring budget, quite honestly. Granted, it was a shitty show. It really was. It wasn't the greatest show. And, the quarantine didn't help either, quite honestly. So I could see why it got canceled, but at the same time, that also means that AT&T is pulling money away from DC Universe and most likely is going to try and fold it into HBO Max, which is a huge mistake. Huge, huge mistake. Especially at the price point. I mean, the price point for DC Universe is $8 versus $15 for HBO Max. And if you're not going to get the comics on HBO Max, why bother? Why are you going to cut DC Universe? That's just stupid. Yes, there's Comixology and all that stuff, but honestly, when it was there with live, when it was there with live action stuff and animated stuff, that seems to work. I don't know why. It's in my wheelhouse. I kind of like that stuff. And usually, if I'm watching something, like if I watch Batman Beyond, an episode of Batman Beyond, I'm like, hey, let me take a look at the comic. And I'll go through the Batman Beyond comic and whatnot. And yeah. So there you have it. Not worth your time. Skip it. Wait about a year or so before it actually gets a little bit better. I think is what's going to happen. Hopefully, it's AT&T, so most likely not. So, what else do I have going on this week? Tomorrow is going to be another episode of Is It Worth My Time? And I'm going to do Solar Opposites. This is the animated Justin Roland series on Hulu. I'll talk about that, season 1. Thursday, I'm going to be off. Friday is going to be Harley Quinn. Saturday is Saturday Morning Blast Off, where I take the genre news of the week and any other genre stuff you guys want to talk about and talk about it with you. Sunday, I'm off again. And then Monday rolls around to Stargirl from DC Universe, at least until it gets canceled. And we'll see what happens on Tuesday. Are they going to have MMA or boxing on HBO Max? That's a good question, Philip Ademic. I don't know. I mean, HBO rarely has it now, so I have no idea. So couldn't tell you. It seems like they want to make it its own entity, but it sucks right now the way it is. So go figure. So again, like, share, and subscribe. And again, if you're on the fence about subscribing, wait until the very end of the video. You'll see a video pop up here. And if you like what you see there, hit the subscribe button down there. And Stargirl will be up here for you on that side. Philip A. Demick says HBO pay per view used to be the only reason I got HBO. Yeah. Yeah. What was it? I watched Ad Astra. Was it last night or the night before? Somewhere around there. I know I watched it, a couple of days ago. And woof. That might be another is it worth my time? Because I've actually got some comments. I've still got to watch Lucy in the Sky. Uh, it's kind of funny. I'm laughing how there's a whole bunch of Academy Award winners that play astronauts in space, and they're really bad movies. So Sandra Bullock, Gravity, George Clooney, Solaris, Brad Pitt did Ad Astra, and Natalie Portman did Lucy in the Sky, which I heard is just horrible, but it's Noah Hawley, so I gotta take a look at it. And it's HBO right now. It's on there, so yeah, Apple Crow, I agree with you on Ad Astra. So it had promise, but it didn't know what it wanted to do, and then it really did not stick the landing at the end, so to speak. Yeah. Apple Crow says Gravity was the first movie that I gave the finger to twice. I really hated them. So I saw that in IMAX, and it's really pretty in IMAX, but the story is just fucking awful. And it's probably one of the worst space movies I've ever seen. Although I didn't see Solaris, and I heard Solaris was really, really bad. But granted, that was based on a Russian, what was it, like 16-hour movie, which also was supposed to be really horribly bad. Yeah. Oh, 8-hour movie. I think it was an 8-hour movie is what Solaris was originally, the Russian version of it. Man, Clooney, I don't know what you were thinking, what you were smoking that day, but God love you, because no one else does. Um, Apple Crow says, I feel like Ad Astra had a great cast and crew, and the director was like, no, it's just daddy issues. Yeah, that's exactly it. Um, hey, Wally, how's it going? Yeah, I agree with you, man. Gravity sucked. The Martian, I actually own on DVD. You don't see any DVDs around me because they're in the other room. So yes, I changed the background, even though you don't really notice it. I had to put this picture up there because I was damaging my Doom Patrol poster. I need to actually frame it, and then it'll go back in place behind me there. But so yeah, so it might look like the same room, but it's not the same room. It's different. You'll notice there's books now on both sides, even though they're in the same order. Because I was trying to fuck with you on that one. uh, but yeah, The Martian's good. I was actually kind of surprised that The Martian was actually good, and it worked very well. Yeah, I don't know. The thing is, you get a whole bunch of these weird things like Mission to Mars. I don't know if everyone remembers that one. That was decent. It wasn't good, but it was decent. Then there was also Red Planet, I think is what it was, with Val Kilmer. That one was fucking horrible. And what else was there? I mean, there's a couple of these where you get some really good actors that are playing astronauts. They decide they want to play an astronaut, and uh, yeah, it's just going to devolve into another story if I keep going on that one. You didn't miss it. You're talking about Ad Astra, Joker. No, you didn't miss anything. It had its promise. It really did. It did have some promising moments, and it was some good sci-fi. and then it just all kind of fell apart because it didn't know what it wanted to do. But that's the way most of these things go. Apple says, I really don't like Matt Damon, but I did enjoy The Martian. Matt Damon! Matt Damon! You didn't miss, oh, my broadcast you didn't miss. Okay. I thought you were talking about Ad Astra. Yeah, I'm trying out the short series on HBO. Which one? There's a Aren't there a couple of them? Oh, gardening? Oh, yeah, dude, I don't know. They ever since AT&T took them over, I really don't know what that CEO for AT&T, what business model he's looking at, because he has lost since he took over from DirecTV Now. What do they lose? Something like 40 million subscribers, something like that. It's something ridiculous. And you would think that after bleeding out that much on subscribers and potential money, they would have canned his ass. But no, it's not happening. Um, Applecrow says it felt like it was building up this great world with sinister overtones that go nowhere and had no. Yeah, Ad Astra was just. The less said about it, the better. So you got a twofer on this one. You got HBO Max and you got Ad Astra because of it was on HBO. There you go. At least I can go back and watch TNT Alienists. Well, at least one of us can. I don't really want to. I You know what? I thought that show had purpose at one point, Joe Greer, and then I stopped watching it. Just it was getting ridiculous. Yeah. I know which one you're talking about, Joe Greer. Yeah. I saw that it was on HBO Max as well. They had some weird, I don't know, they really just put some weird choices on there. They really did. And none of it seems to go together. It's like one of these things is not like the other. One of these things does not quite belong. And that's pretty much the entire HBO Max programming schedule. Put it in the blender and hit frappe. See what comes out. Yeah. All right, guys. I'll let you guys go for the night. You won't hear my ranting anymore about that. I just really need to get it off my chest and get it out there because, yeah, it was just, fuck, that was horrible. So, thank you, everybody who joined me tonight in the chat. And thank you if you made it this far in the video. And remember to like, share, and subscribe. I keep talking about that. Like, share, and subscribe. There you go. I am not watching Snowpiercer, Joe Greer. You couldn't pay me enough to watch that. I don't like police procedurals, and I definitely don't like police procedurals that are done off of a slightly okay movie. You know? Yeah. Apple Crow says I got my Mando heavy gunner today. It was worth my time. You mean this guy right here? Yeah. And if you noticed, Mando is up there, and Cara Dune's up there. And if you look, there's a little guy right there. That's Baby Yoda right there. I'm kind of disappointed on the Baby Yoda. I waited a lot for that little fucker to show up, and wasn't. Yeah, Gideon Moff Funko. Oh, is dropping this summer. Nice, very nice. It's the sequel to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Talking about Snowpiercer. All right, now it's starting to really devolve. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to let you guys go. Remember, go to suspendedfanimation.com and take a look at all my schedule if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next. Also, you can get all the links to my social media on there too. So, Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon page. I don't have any tiers set up yet on the Patreon page, but I will at some point in time. Probably when I get to 1,000 people, 1,000 subscribers. Baby Yoda is the baby packaging. Uh, okay, Apple Crow. I didn't get that one. It must have gone over my head on that. So, I did like this Batman Beyond that I got though. I got that as a very early birthday gift. That Batman Beyond. Cara Dune was also part of that as well. You got to watch that theory vid, Dennis. It's pretty funny. Snowpiercer is the sequel. Oh, it's a sequel to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Okay, I'll take your word for it. All right, everybody. I'm gonna let you guys go. Thanks, everyone, and I will see you tomorrow for another episode of Is It Worth My Time? Solar Opposites. So until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may be forced to, I don't know, start programming for HBO Max because obviously they need somebody to do it because whoever's doing it right now is doing a good job. Thanks, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Stay safe and have a good night.